I mentioned in the opening segment of this that we've been exploring the relationship between quality of leadership, quality of practice, learner engagement and learner outcomes. So we have collected some data from students. So this is self-report data based on a questionnaire, which has helped us get a much deeper insight into the nature of engagement. We're also in the process of trying to understand and analysing the links then between dimensions of quality pedagogy as measured against the TfEL instrument and different aspects of engagement. Because it's turned out that engagement isn't a single monolithic concept, it's actually quite nuanced. And this is a diagram of the nature of the relationship between various aspects of engagement. The most important part of it's down the bottom here. This is a measure of dispositions, what we've called dispositions. Now, what are dispositions? Dispositions are a combination of two factors, really. The first is a student's orientation to uncertainty. When they're confronted with something new, something ambiguous, something unknown, do they see that as an opportunity and move into it? Or do they see it as a threat and retreat from it? But also in here is an aspect of agency. So when I'm confronted with something that's new to me, do I feel that I can deal with it in some way? Do I back myself to be able to move into that unknown space and be able to be effective or to deal with whatever it throws at me? That is a very strong predictor of interest. So if we don't get past that initial sense of, I'm someone who can learn, who can deal with uncertainty, then we don't even get them to the point of being interested. Now the numbers here, this is a latent variable, so we're using responses to questions to understand, to get a measure of dispositions. Similarly, we're using a series of questions, 4 here, to measure interest. And we're predicting, in this case, 67% of interest purely on the basis of this disposition. If we attract a learner's interest, then that has an effect on their sense of well-being. So this latent variable here, measured by 3 questions, is positive affect, a sense of happiness and well-being. So dispositions predicts interest, predicts positive affect, and only if we get that sense of well-being and positive affect do we get to the involvement in learning. So this is the thing that we'd normally talk about as engagement, the actual doing of the learning itself. But what this structure of engagement has revealed is that most of what's most important is actually down in this area here. And indeed, where we have already established links between quality pedagogy and engagement, quality pedagogy primarily works at these 2 levels. Quality of pedagogy encourages and provides students with the confidence and ability to move into uncertainty, to deal with that in a powerful way, and through that to actually find points of connection and deep interest in a subject area that carries them through into the behaviour of deep involvement in learning.